My name is Sharon Comer. I live in Newark, New Jersey. I'm 59 years of age. Okay. Right now, I'm in my life. I'm concentrating on my son. I have a 43. Well, he will be 43 years old Saturday. My one and only child. He has recently been released from being incarcerated for 25 years for things that he did not do. So he was, released, and I'm happy about that. So I'm concentrating on him right now, spending a lot of missed time with him, trying to catch up on different things in our lives that we couldn't do before. One of my favorite things to do right now is to just sit and converse with my son. I like to sit and converse with him. Since being diagnosed, I was diagnosed in 2000. I mean, in 1989, when I was getting ready to do blood work for. I was going to get married, and that's when I was first found out. It like went over my head. In 2005 is when I started really taking it serious. I started taking it serious because I got really sick, and I didn't know what was going on until I looked further, and then I went to the doctors and everything, and I was brought up to speed on different things, and since then I've been doing what I had to do to take care of me, and today I'm better with it, so I'm fine with it, and yeah. Actually, there's nothing that I'd rather be doing right now that I can't do. Anything that I want to do, I do it. I don't let anything hold me back. I'm free spirited, you know. I just take life one day at a time, and I just try to be the best of me I can be. I don't look at that as a handicap for me. If anything, it makes me stronger because I'm like, wait a minute, I got this extra thing in my life going on. I could beat this here. So I'm okay with it today. Okay, peer services and navigation. I have a best friend. She's like one of the few people that that I have in my support system. That I can talk to about different things. She's like been like my rock, as far as my health situation because we experience the same things, so I could talk to her about anything, 'cause she's my biggest supporter. I feel most seen and understood by her, my best friend. Like I stated before, I could talk to her about anything, that's weighing heavy on me as far as, my health is concerned. She gives me a lot of strength because she's an advocate. She goes out and she does, how can I say it? She does speeches on it, to tell her story. So that gives me strength to do what I'm doing today. The Epic program, the Epic program, it means a lot to me. I remember the Epic program. We talked about abuse. We talked about being abused in the home and people not having anybody. Like being lonely in the homes, and you know, and I don't like it when I hear that people have been abused and stuff like that. So and I was once abused. I was once abused, and people at the Epic program, and they helped me through. And so they made me stronger. They made me stronger today, and I'm happy to say that today I'm no longer being abused. Epic has given me the strength to help others. Okay, like they help me. So in turn, I like to even not just in as far as the abuse part. You know, the things I've learned through the Epic program. They showed me humanity. How to deal with a lot of things, and I like to pass what I've learned from them on to others. Well, what changed me after completing the Epic program is like I have another family. Like I stated before, they talked to us about abuse. They talked to us about how to get through the keep doctor's appointments, not miss them. stay on top of our medications, and and just with things that we already knew that we should be doing, but we just wasn't doing them. So and the way that they make you understand, it make you want to do them. Don't abuse yourself as far as not taking your medication, not eating correctly if you can. So they really taught us a lot. I learned that I'm always going to deserve better. Okay. I learned that even though I have this sickness, that, I'm not, I'm still unstoppable. You know, I'm going to keep pushing forward. It's not a handicap to me. It's not a handicap to me. Putting the word human back in HIV, to me, it means today I learned how to open up. I learned how to open up. I learned how to be honest, because at one point in my life I was really ashamed. I felt like I was being alienated. And today I'm no longer feeling like that. I'm no longer feeling like that today. What I would like to offer other people that's living with HIV is that you're not alone. You're not alone. It's thousands and thousands of people with the same disease. That the only thing you have to do is just reach out, you know, and you have support. You have support. You're not alone. And I'm just glad that I was lucky enough to find this program to help me to understand that, you know. And so whoever needs help, is help available.
My name is Ebony Starr. I am 70 years old and I live in Texas. Right now, I'm doing a lot of advocating for other women living with HIV, and I am reading and raising grandchildren. I got diagnosed in 1985. I done nothing. I went to work and went back to college and acted like I didn't have HIV until in 1989 I got an AIDS diagnosis. And then first I went and had a nervous breakdown. And then while I was in a nervous breakdown, I decided to go back to college and get a different degree. So I've just been, I went from being a prevention case manager to a HIV case manager to a program director. I did it all. And then I retired and came to Dallas. And since then, I've been just advocating and doing support groups for women. And that's about it. I think when I first got diagnosed, I had all the support in the world. And then after 10 years after I didn't die, it seemed like they just felt like I was just anybody. And so they just kind of like, I didn't have support. I was doing all the supporting. So I think me pouring into other people took the focus off my own health. And that's why I'm healthy today. For some reason, I feel like I wasn't getting the support that I needed simply because everybody thought I didn't need it. And so, how can I say it? Navigation and peer support helped me take the focus more off myself because I always wanted to be the supporter. But now that I'm getting older, I think it's time for me to start reaching out and getting some help. I think what mainly made me feel seen was the fact that I'm very outspoken and at the age where what comes up comes out. I don't have filter. And so I think by me speaking my mind and not worrying about the consequences, I think that helps me go on. I really feel like I got a lot out of the epic because I was able to connect more with community and reach and communicate with women that new women. Some of them I had never heard of before, never seen before, and so it was a good connection for me. It was it was very good. The trauma stood out the most for me out of all the sessions because I went through a lot of trauma and had never really opened up about it before except for with a therapist. So it really helped me see things in a different light. It helped me be stronger helped me speak. When I was able to speak out about my trauma, it just really, I don't know if it made me stronger or made me just feel like I'm not alone, because there was other women that went through some of the same trauma that I went through. Epic did help me very much because I was going through some medical situations where um, I needed to voice my opinion about some things that were going on with my health care. It had nothing to do with HIV, but it was old folk stuff. And it helped me let me know that I still needed to deal with everything else. And because HIV is just perfect. I mean, I'm not having problems with HIV. It's just the older stuff. A lot changed for me after, because I was at a point in my life where I just wanted to be alone, leave, just didn't want to deal with nothing that had to do with HIV or anybody else. It was just like, I'm tired. I've been living this disease 40 years now. And I just was like, yeah, time for me to do something else. I was trying to find something else to do other than deal with anybody that was dealing with HIV. But after being with the women, and I realized that I needed them just as much as they needed me, or they needed me just as much as I needed them. So I was like, okay, I can't close now. I got to stay open. I learned that I am somebody because I was at a place where I felt like I was just nobody. I mean, I was married, I had the houses, I had the cars, I had it all, but I felt like I was nobody now. All that is in the past. And it's just like, only thing I wanted to do was just, I think I was really ready to just sit down and wait to die, but then I realized that, nah, I got some more work to do. Carry on. I mean, yeah, I might need a knee replacement or whatever, but I'm still here and I'm still got all my mental faculties. So I feel like but I just don't feel like I need to be, I don't want to be used. I want to be appreciated. And so with Epic, they showed a lot of appreciation, and they showed me that I was worth to go on. I mean, it's like they gave me, I guess it was a mental thing for me. And it was just like, now I can do something else with my life. Yeah. Yeah, they made me feel appreciated after Epic. Humanity in the community is almost null and void here. I don't feel like, not all people, but some people don't understand appreciation, compassion. That, to me, a lot of that is taken out of not just HIV, anything in life. I feel like the compassion and the love, and it's not there like it needs to be. We're living in a bipolar world now. You can't tell from one day to the next what's going to happen. I would like for other Black women living with HIV to realize their worth and realize that HIV does not define them. They don't live with HIV. Lives with them, and they need to just embrace their beauty, their intelligence, all their gifts, and live life to the fullest. I think it was orchestrated pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I didn't miss any because I was just so engaged, and I just I don't think there was a lot that I would have changed. Um, no, there wasn't a lot I would have changed. Everybody seemed to go by the ground rules. There was no bickering. There was no, I don't that I know of, no backstabbing and none of that. It was very smooth, and it was like one of the very few, what do you call, epic interventions that was just smooth. There was no bad backlash. Everything was just smooth sailing, I think. Like I told him, I said, I give you guys, I've always given people their flowers because I feel like they both done an excellent job. And it's not like I'm a professional at it, but I've been living with this for 40 years, and I've been working in the field for 30 years. And even though I'm retired, I'm still licensed. So I still have to, do things every now and then. So I just really appreciate, I mean, both of them were fantastic.